Hello everyone, this is Boricua Binks and welcome back to Let's Play Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. In the last episode, we started the trial and that means we had to encounter the mysterious prosecutor, Godot. He's an interesting fellow. That's all I can really say about him. He's obsessed with coffee and he's very arrogant, but we'll see. Anyway, so right now we're gonna have to prove that Mask the Mask wasn't the one who stole the urn and that it was a fake. Let's see if we can do that. Alright, looks like we're gonna have to prove it. I need proof that the person at Lordly Taylor that night was in fact Fake the Mask. Do we have proof of that? Hold on. Publicity photo. Wait, let me look at this. Okay. Hold on, this is the publicity photo, which is ridiculous. Okay, that's right. I think... Okay, we're gonna present this. The proof is right here.
This looks like a photo taken by a security camera.
But if you look closely, you'll notice something peculiar about it.
Ha! Well then, why don't you go ahead and show us what it is? Go on, use this pointer and show us just what about this picture is so peculiar.
Well, thank you. It's that.
It's right here, of course. You mean Mask the Mask?
I have here a piece of reference I would like the court to take a look at. Thank you, Maya. Isn't that the publicity photo I bought this morning?
It came in handy.
The problem I have with the security camera photo is the brooch on Damask's chest.
A breach. Here, bailiff, get my steed. We need to retreat at once.
Judge, there's so many things wrong with this. First of all, brooch and breach are not the same. Second of all, are you riding a horse everywhere you go? What the frick? And why is your first decision, let's retreat, instead of, oh, let's capture the villain? I don't know. Judge, I worry about you, my dear. A brooch, Your Honor. It's a sort of clasp for holding one's cape on.
A clasp, eh? Ah, I see now.
But the mask in the security camera photo. Ah! He has no brooch!
That brooch is the same as the emblem on Damask's calling card and serves as his symbol. But the thief that broke into Lordly Taylor wasn't wearing a brooch. In other words, this Mask the Mask is a fake.
I've been fooled again!
Oh, Gumshoe, you poor thing.
Order! It's true, undeniably true. Detective Gumshoe, how? How could you have overlooked this?
I'm sorry, sir. I don't know how I...
Oh dear. He seems really calm still.
Hey now, if you're gonna have a pity party, invite me too. Mr. Godot, you deserve some blame in this too. How could you have overlooked such a large brooch? Ha! The brooch you're talking about? Do you mean this?
Oh no! What?
Ah!
That's Mask the Mask's brooch.
Where did you find it? Well, I've always had a good nose for evidence. I got it at the crime scene. It was hidden in the shadow of a big female Buddha statue.
Buddha statue? He must mean the Atmey Faye statue.
Why didn't you tell me about that, sir?
Yeah, that's poor communication with your subordinate.
I always put evidence away in my pocket. After all, it's the safest place for crucial evidence.
I don't think that's, well, Phoenix does that all the time. But I don't think that's normal protocol at all. Ah, this guy is one cool customer.
It's a little early to be shaken up, isn't it, little lady? That friend of yours left pretty little hickeys on there, too. Hickeys? Figuratively speaking, of course. I'm referring to Rhonda Light's fingerprints.
Oh no. We're in trouble already.
What?
What? The defendant's fingerprints are on the brooch.
Oh dear.
Order! Order in the court! Mr. Godot, let's see that brooch.
I've grown attached to my metallic girlfriend here. Take good care of her.
It appears to have been torn off some clothing. There's a little bit of cloth left on the back.
Obviously, there must have been a big struggle that night at the crime scene.
Uh-oh. Phoenix, we have a problem. Definitely.
Ha! You mess with Godot. And you get burned.
By your coffee, I assume. Ugh. He's been playing me like a violin.
Well, Judge, I'm about ready to call my next witness.
Huh? You're done with me? But I haven't proved anything yet.
You've proven your own incompetence. That's good enough.
Ooh, ouch. My poor gumshoe. Dang, Godot, why you gotta be like that? Actually, even Edgeworth is mean to gumshoe, though.
That doesn't sound good at all.
Bailiff, bring the next witness into the courtroom.
Finally time for the ace detective to make his appearance, huh?
Oh boy. Now we have these two crazy kooks in the same room. This is gonna be fun.
1 second is 1 drip of the coffee pot. Let's hurry it up. Shh! Silence! Now I see. It's all becoming clear.
What's clear?
Zavari! The truth has once again been elegantly revealed to me. What we have here is a judge and a prosecutor, a coffee maniac at that. Am I correct?
Dude, it's not impressive. Stop.
Well, yes, that's right.
Ha! Not bad. Not bad at all. You're the first person that's ever been able to penetrate my secret veil.
Godot, please, stop playing. I think he's being sarcastic because he's like, dude, this dude. Come on.
Well, Sir Prosecutor, let me introduce myself. My name is Luke Atmey, ace detective and rising star illuminating the heavens.
Boy, these two make a perfect pair. That's what I was thinking. They'd either be best friends or they'd tear each other's heads off.
I've heard that on the night of the crime you were all alone on security detail.
You have heard correctly. My specially made monocle is worth more than 100 detective gumshoes.
How dare you, sir? How dare you? I mean, I know Gumshoe is broke as hell, but damn, son, that's rude. All right.
If Detective Gumshoe was worth anything, that is,
Wow. Why you coming for Gumshoe? You and I gonna have you and I gonna have it out. That's what's gonna happen at me. Why was this guy all by himself anyway? There must be some reason. I'm sure of it.
Well then, tell us what this special monocle of yours witnessed.
That stupid monocle. I'ma rip that off your face and shove it. Shove it, shove it, shove it. Alright. It was approximately 1 o'clock in the morning, just after the date changed. That's when my nemesis, the infamous Mask the Mask, dancingly descended upon me. Just as I began to turn, the coward struck a fierce blow upon my noble head. Darkness swallowed me before I could land a single strike. When I awoke, he was gone. 30 minutes later, I used an emergency phone to notify the police.
So you didn't get a clear look at the criminal?
My specially made monocle never misses a thing. However, that is limited to things that fall within my own visual range. But of course, that's only natural. Then why are you making it sound like... Wow.
I fail to see why the witness seems so proud of his performance that evening.
Well, Sir Old-Timer, let me explain. We are not speaking of any ordinary thief, but of the king of thieves, the great Mask the Mask, my arch enemy. That is what my instincts and my years of experience tell me.
Very well. Proceed with the cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Yeah, he has nothing to be proud of, but he's like, oh, I'm so special. Alright, let's see. Approximately 1 in the morning. Dancingly descended upon you. What the hell? Dancingly descended? From where, exactly?
Well,
From the entrance, I suppose. Where else? So in actuality, he neither danced nor descended. Someone please save me. So how is it that you didn't notice the thief? My eyes were looking for the thief's shadow, while my ears listened for his footfalls. But even so, the dastardly criminal managed to sneak up on me. It can only be due to his subtly camouflaged cape and soft-soled shoes. No, his outfit is not camouflaged. I hereby dub you Ace Dunce. Okay. The coward struck a fierce blow. Wait. Attacked and knocked unconscious, and you weren't able to do a thing? That's certainly some very impressive detective work. Sassy. Well, Sir Lawyer, have you ever been suddenly struck on the head? Actually he was in the second game. Huh? Well, actually yes, by a fire extinguisher. And what happened? I was knocked out.
And you lost your memory, too.
You see, you have no right to look down on me then, do you? The only reason I didn't lose my memory was because I have more brains to begin with. Damn, you coming for me, bro? Let's go. Let's fight. He may have brains, but the wiring to the self-reflection part seems to be severed. In any case, that was how I was knocked senseless, and then... Yeah, but there's something that he said here. Before he could land a single strike, okay, but then they said it looked like this had been torn off, so,
Mr. Atmey, could you take a look at this with that special monocle of yours? Aha! This belongs to the criminal mastermind, my arch nemesis, Mask the Mask. It is, in point of fact, Mask the Mask's brooch. It was found on the floor of the basement warehouse. I wonder how that happened. Aha! Elementary, my dear lawyer. Obviously, it wasn't glued on well enough. Not quite. It clearly shows signs of having been ripped off a piece of clothing.
Ripped off. Aha!
We can only deduce that the thief struggled with someone that night. That's the only thing I can think of. And there's only one person that was in a position to have a struggle with the thief. The only person that was on security duty that night. You, Detective Atmey.
Ugh!
Detective Atmey, you must have fought with the thief that night. So, why did you lie in your testimony to the court?
Witness, giving false testimony is a serious crime.
No. Wait just a moment, sir, old-timer.
Don't talk to me like I'm living in a nursing home.
I just remembered, Your Honor. I was just confused because I've been dealing with so many cases lately. Oh, come on, please, dude, what? This is your arch nemesis we're talking about. There's no way you would forget. The true measure of a man is in the amount of work he does. That's what I always say.
Nick, you can only handle one case at a time, isn't that right?
You talk too much. He's so defensive.
Witness, so are you now saying that you and the thief fought?
Hold on. That's quite enough, Your Honor.
Excuse me?
Save the big questions for the testimony. That's one of my rules. Indeed, I understand. I, Luke Atmey, agree completely. What? Fight with the thief. Indeed, it's true that I looked away from the door for a brief moment. However, Luke Atmey cannot be so easily discombobulated. Unfortunately, the thief grabbed a weapon from the side and rendered me senseless. A true gentleman fights only with his own fists, but they were not enough. His first blow struck true, bam, and that's all she wrote.
So, in the end, you did catch a glimpse of Mask the Mask?
Correct. It was during his third crime that he struck me from behind. It seems that my memory has become a tad jumbled, so to speak.
Well, that's certainly understandable. I myself always get confused about which testimony goes with which case.
That can't be good. Judge, please. Alright, let's see how we can dismantle this stupid lie he's telling. Okay, he looked away for a brief moment. He grabbed a weapon from the side and rendered me senseless. What do you mean by weapon from the side? Naturally, that thief had no idea that I, Luke Atmey, was hiding in the area. He grabbed the sword from the statue that was standing by the door to the warehouse. Sword? You mean the sword that was all twisted like a tree branch? Correct. Fortunately for me, the blade was not sharp. Okay, so he is talking about the Shichishito.
So the thief armed himself with a sword. And what about yourself, witness?
Okay, fights only with his own fist, but they were not enough. You had that much faith in your own fighting abilities? But of course, in college I was the second in charge of the boxing club.
I'm sorry if I failed to find that appropriately impressive.
However, my opponent in the ring this time was my arch nemesis, Mask the Mask. This guy is a real piece of work. Okay, his first blow struck true. Wait, what? Can you tell us a little more about what happened? My opponent was both powerful and vicious. You might say he was power-vicious.
What?
Power-vicious? I assumed the Atmey fighting stance, but a sudden flash of light blinded me. That, of course, was checkmate. My opponent had bested me.
What do I do now? Should I ask more about this? I am curious about the blinded thing, but... Hold on, you were blinded?
So what was this flash of light that blinded you? I was bathed in a golden light that seemed to come from the statue of the woman. The statue of Ami Faye, I'm guessing.
Well, that wasn't very much help at all. Well, what do you think, Nick?
Well, there's one thing that I'm absolutely sure of now.
Yeah? What is it?
This Luke Atney guy, he's definitely hiding something.
But why?
I think I'm starting to figure out what really happened that night. And about the true nature of this detective.
Okay, let me ask again. Was it this one? Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's ask about the, Atmey fighting style. So stupid.
What is this Atmey fighting style? I'm sorry, but that's a trade secret. I really can't say any more. But I suppose I can tell you if I absolutely must. The main thing is to put your back to the wall. That way no one can get behind you. That's it? That's the Atmey fighting style?
Well, Mr. Wright, what about that testimony?
I think it was very important.
Of course it's important. We've learned a detective's secret technique after all.
Yes, indeed. I remember to use it if I ever take a walk alone late at night.
Why the heck is he eyeballing me like that? It's creeping me out.
Now then, witness. Well, go ahead and add that secret information to your official testimony.
Okay, he says he put his back to the wall to fight, but the thief's blow landed upon my third eye. Wait, back to the wall? I'm confused. Didn't you say... Let me press this, hold on.
Where is this third eye you're talking about?
Oh, it's right between my right and left eyebrows. It's quite invisible to the unenlightened. You may call it the forehead if you like. Why didn't you just say that in the first place? Sir Lawyer, it looks like the creases in your own forehead are getting deeper.
So, Mr. Atmey got hit on the forehead then?
That's what he says.
Huh. I've got a funny feeling about that.
Actually, so do I. Okay, so let's go back to that. Okay, that would be the last statement. Landed upon my third eye. But, hold on, where is it? Damask knocked Atmey out during the crime with a blow to the back of the head. Now he's saying it hit him on the forehead, so methinks you a liar, sir.
Detective Atmey, your testimony is crumbling like a house of cards. What fun this is, Sir Lawyer. It is truly a pleasure to cross swords with you. And now, once again, you have thrown down the gauntlet at my armored feet. I believe this is what you said yesterday. Coward must have wormed his way in. Arch nemesis struck me on the head from behind.
From behind, huh?
But just now you testified that he struck you on the forehead. I hardly think you could forget where you were hit on the head.
Ugh, it seems I've made another mistake.
Detective Atmey, that's not the only strange part of your testimony.
What do you mean by that?
For example, the very fact that you hid the calling card from the police itself is strange. It's almost as if you were afraid they were going to help with security.
Geniuses such as myself have always been misunderstood. How sad.
That's wrong. Ooh, what a deep voice you got, Godot. Damn, son. I can't do that.
To err is human, to forgive divine. Humans aren't machines. They have souls, feelings. They live, they die, they love, they hate. And yes, they even make mistakes.
Come on now. Hey, hold on. It's not as pretty as that. Ooh, I saw his coffee come out.
Really? What is it like then? Always chase a riddle down to the end. That's one of my rules.
This is it. This might just be my chance to turn things around. Alright.
Mr. Wright, what exactly is it that you're asserting?
Very well, Your Honor. Very well, Your Honor. The defense asserts that... Let's see, Mr. Atmey is no ace detective. I agree. This Mr. Atmey is a fake. Okay. Mr. Atmey is masked to mask? What? Wow, okay. That makes sense. Let's go with that. The answer is simple. It's all clear to me now. Detective Luke Atmey's true identity is actually Mask to Mask. Yeah! Oh? That was fast, though. We already caught the bad guy.
Order! Order in the court! Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
There are too many unnatural parts to Mr. Atmey's story. He says he was hiding at the crime scene, which is why no one ever saw him there. And then, in his last case, he manages to outperform Detective Gumshoe and the entire police force to miraculously retrieve the stolen treasure.
That's because I analyzed the crime scene data and made an exquisitely elegant deduction. I picked up clues that the police overlooked in order to arrive at the...
Oh, please. The explanation is far simpler than that, Detective Atmey. The truth is that you are, in fact, Mask to Mask.
But, Mr. Wright, this photo, it clearly shows Mask to Mask. This security camera belongs to Lordly Taylor department store. He shouldn't have been able to manipulate it.
He didn't need to manipulate it. He gained access to the warehouse under the pretense of providing security. Then he simply dressed as the thief and stole the urn.
So, the ace detective is actually an ace thief. Is this true, witness?
Huh. Well. Oh dear.
The masked M.O. is pure genius, and so am I. Look at me, ace detective.
Okay, actually, it's an awkward place to leave the episode, but I have to end this right now. It's already going on past 30 minutes. So thank you guys so very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this, and until next time, have a nice day. Bye!